Rusame reader, Rusame, and today I will be reading to you from Desert Road by Doomsday Phoenix. Now, on to Chapter 3. It was raining out. Not particularly hard, but just enough to let the water collect in puddles. America approached his camper and opened the door to head inside. He was carrying a large suitcase. After dropping it in its designated spot, America headed back inside to retrieve the second one. "Really? You're starting to pack now?" Arkansas asked America as he made his way to the foyer. "Someone's eager to spend time with his friend," Nebraska added, making sure to put emphasis on the word friend. America turned around to face the two states. What do you mean?" America was confused. "He is my friend." Nebraska and Arkansas snickered. "He's a very good friend, Nebraska asked. "You two do hang out a lot. And not to mention the many adventures you've already had." "Just call them dates," Arkansas laughed. America rolled his eyes and continued to the foyer. He was nearing the front door when there was a knock. America turned and opened the door, seeing that Russia had arrived. A smile automatically appeared on his face at the sight of his friend. Leaping forward, America tackled Russia into a hug. Both countries began to laugh. "I missed you, Russ. How've you been?" America led Russia inside. "Do you want me to help you with your bags? Are you hungry at all?" Russia chuckled. "Usfakoisu, ame. We're not in the rush," he said as he sat down in the mudroom, setting his bags down in the process. "Are you sure?" America twirled his thumbs. "I'm just nervous. I've never done anything like this before. I mean, I have, just not with a friend." "Really? Well, now I'm even more excited." Russia stood up again and headed to the kitchen. "I am a little hungry, though. What do you have to eat?" "Oh, don't worry about that. I can bake you something." America rushed over to the cabinet, then got an idea. "Russ, have you ever tried key lime pie?" America asked his friend. "It's a classic in my country." He smiled. "That sounds delicious," Russia answered. "All right. It shouldn't take too long to make, but feel free to make yourself at home. I'll call you when it's ready." And with that, America began hustling around the kitchen, grabbing ingredients from cabinets and drawers. Russia got up and headed out of the kitchen, not wanting to get in his friend's way. He hadn't seen the interior of his house in a while anyway. Turning the corner, he headed for the living room. Alabama, Louisiana, Mississippi, and the Dakotas were fixated on the TV, munching on popcorn. North Dakota was drifting off, while Alabama and Louisiana were clinging to one another. South Dakota was the first to notice Russia. Hey, Russia, how you been?" He stood up and shook his hand. "I assume you're leaving with America soon?" "Nah, he's currently making me something to eat," Russia answered. "It should be done in a bit. I'm just wandering around to kill time, and I'm great, thank you." "Well, we're watching a movie right now if you want to join us," North Dakota spoke up, snapping fully awake. "Sure, what's the movie about?" Russia asked as he sat on the corner of the couch. "Our favorite genre, sci-fi," Alabama said as she took another handful of popcorn. "Huh." The country looked thoughtful as he stared at the screen. Alabama began to talk again. "So, are you excited for the trip?" "Of course. I'm looking forward to seeing some things and spending time with America." "That's good to hear." South Dakota sat back down. "He's been looking forward to it too. He talks about you a lot, you know." He chuckled. He did tell me he's never done this kind of thing before. Russia shrugged. So I don't blame him. It's kind of sweet, actually. Louisiana giggled. We're all really glad he can hang out with someone like this. He's been too jittery about everything. Tell me about it. North Dakota yawned. He was starting to doze off again. Russia smiled. Well, I'm glad I'm good at lifting his spirits. For about 20 minutes or so, Russia and the 5 states sat and watched the movie. It wasn't necessarily to Russia's liking, but it wasn't half bad. After a while, America called Russia back into the kitchen. I haven't made this in a while, so it might not be of the best quality, America told his friend as he passed him a slice of pie. I'm sure it's great regardless. It certainly looks and smells good, Russia answered, grabbing a fork and sitting down. After taking his first bite, his mouth exploded with flavor. It was sweet, tangy, and sour all at once. His eyes widened and America laughed, a little at his expression. This is great. Where did you learn to bake like this? Russia asked America, after swallowing. America smiled as he remembered. Well, it was mostly my mom that taught me when I was a colony, but as time went on, my states surpassed my knowledge of cooking and found ways to make everything taste way better. They all even invented their own recipes. Russia nodded. He was already done with the slice of pie. So, when do you want to leave? America asked Russia after he finished. I'm not in a hurry, but we can leave right now if you want. It's almost 4 p.m., so it won't be long before the sun starts to set, the other country answered. All right, let me grab our bags and... He wasn't even halfway out of the kitchen when what sounded like thunder came from upstairs. America's leaving, came the voice of Montana. Seconds later, America was surrounded by his states. We'll miss you, Oregon shouted. Take care, drive safe, Indiana added. I'll hold down the fort while you're gone, New York announced. Oh, you wish, Massachusetts playfully retorted as he tackled New York playfully. They had a habit of doing that. Hey now, settle down. You guys better behave or I'll send my siblings to look after you. America hugged his states. I'll keep 'em in order, Virginia smirked. Shouldn't be too hard. We'll take care of your bags, Missouri offered. In no time flat, the states had the bags and the rest of the pie out the door and in the camper. America and Russia followed them outside and climbed into the vehicle, with America taking the driver's seat. He started the engine, and once it came to life, Russia took his spot in the passenger side and buckled in. America rolled down the window, waving goodbye to his states one last time before pulling out of the driveway. Here we go, he said as he got on the road, taking a deep breath. And that's the end of this chapter. I hope you enjoyed. Anyway, I'd like to invite you to join the Discord, which is linked down in the description below. That being said, I hope you have a nice rest of your day, night, or whatever it is for you. Just enjoy your time. And I will see you tomorrow.